fans, and welcome to episode 4 of the Monday Morning MMA Report. I'm your host, DJ Aries the God, and this is a podcast presented to you by Official MMA Press. Hope everyone out there is having a good morning. Stay warm out there. It's freezing cold. And, we had an incredible weekend of MMA this past weekend. Yes, we did. We had the GFL draft. We had the PFL, the road to Dubai. And we had LFA 200. Now, the LFA 200, it was all right. It wasn't all that. Also, I seen Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship for the first time. I've never watched that before. Of course, I've seen the highlights, but it's actually a real good show. A ton of knockouts. And it's to be expected. I mean, it's bare knuckle boxing. But super cool, super cool. Definitely. I was not expecting it. I might be going to an event this Saturday, February 1st, because I actually enjoyed watching it that much. So let's get into the first topic of the day, which is going to be the GFL draft that took place Friday, January 24th. And it's pretty cool. There's 6 teams. 20 fighters, 2 fighters per weight class. And the names of the teams are Team London, Dubai, Sao Paulo, Miami, Los Angeles, and New York. Those are all the team names right there. 6 teams. And they had a draft like an NBA draft or an NFL draft. The concept is real cool. Honestly, it seems like it's really going to be entertaining. And I think it's a great concept and good place for our UFC legends or MMA legends to go and be able to compete, because let's be honest, the UFC is evolving fast, and sometimes it's hard to watch an older guy fight one of the young prospects. Like, it kind of hurt to watch Tony Ferguson and his last fight, watch him go out like that. So I think this is pretty cool where we could watch the guys that been in it for a while compete against each other. And there's young guys there too, not just young guys, but it's good. It's giving our legends a second chance. So shout outs to them. I'm gonna be tuning in. I think it comes out in April. Definitely gonna be tuning into that. So that's dope. That's super dope. Shout out to them. Now I could just keep going on about the GFL and get into the picks, and I feel like it's a little boring right now, so I'm really not gonna cover that as much. As it starts and things go on, I'll be covering news that goes on here and there about that. But right now I want to get into the PFL, the road to Dubai. Now, I'm only going to talk about a couple fights that were really exciting. There were some lame fights on there that I thought weren't really too cool. There were some decent fights on there that were all right. But there was a couple fights that I was impressed with. I was super impressed with. And one is the main event, of course. Of course, we're going to get into that. Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes. That was crazy. That was a banger right there. If you didn't watch that fight, I recommend going back and watching that fight. It's definitely a rewatchable fight. I'm probably going to rewatch it. If I got nothing going on in the next couple days and I'm bored, I'm probably going to rewatch that fight. That's how good it was. It was definitely a moment right there. Now, I took a ton of notes on a bunch of fights from the Road to Dubai and LFA 200 and bare knuckle boxing. I don't really got notes on the bare knuckle boxing, but I definitely liked it. But I'm only going to cover maybe 3 or 4 fights on the Road to Dubai. And I'm only going to talk about the main event on the LFA 200 because I am under the weather. So this is going to be a quick episode, even though I did take a ton of notes. I'm just going to give a brief synopsis of, what I thought was the fight of the night. And, the fight of the night for the road to Dubai was obviously the main event, which was Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes. But there was a fight in the prelims of the road to Dubai, which was Akhtamov versus Thomas. It was a lightweight contest. And in my opinion, this was the second best fight of the night. It was in the prelims. These guys were swinging for the fences round one. It was a real, just like technique versus technique, the striking. Akhtamov, he ended up winning with a submission. And I think it was a Darce he put him in. He put Thomas in. And Thomas did not tap. He was not trying to tap. That dude has so much heart. He went to sleep. He'd rather go to sleep than tap. And much respect to him for that. And Akhtamov looked crazy good. They both look good, but Akhtamov looked real well-rounded. And I was super impressed with that. I'm gonna give that fight a round of applause right there. That fight is definitely worth the rewatch too. That one has a lot of replay value right there. And the next fight I'm gonna talk about, which I didn't like, but there was a lot of people online talking about it. It was Ibragimov versus Mokohana. And that was a lot of grappling. Like, it was a lot of takedowns. If you're into, like, the wrestling aspect and takedown part of, like, MMA, then that you'll probably enjoy it. You know, the people that I was probably talking to online, they're probably into that. They probably are ex-wrestlers, and they enjoy that. Me, I like a good mix of, like, ground and pound and striking. I like people that are well-rounded. I just don't like a fight that's taking that, like just a wrestling match, like and just controlling. He did end the fight. Ibragimov ended it with a roundhouse in the third round. It was a good shot, but it wasn't much excitement in that fight for me. The next fight was Nemkov versus Johnson, a heavyweight fight. Nemkov used to fight light heavyweight, and he got tired of the weight cut. So this was his first heavyweight fight. And Johnson took the fight with a 2-week notice. So, you know, shout outs to him. That was pretty cool. But he got demolished by Nemkov. Nemkov beat him up so bad. And I see a lot of people online now saying that, Nemkov is actually done with the PFL. I think that was his last fight. He's a free agent now. And I want to see him in the UFC. I think from what I've seen from him, he's a beast. And I want to see him fight Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, you know, they talking about John Jones and, you know, all this hoopla that John Jones is running from him and all that. I want to see Tom Aspinall fight Nemkov. I think Nemkov would give him the business. So, yeah, I want to see that. And then our main event was the Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes. This was a crazy, exciting fight. It was back and forth. Usman had a hard time taking down Hughes. He couldn't take him down. They were just going back and forth. It was really like an even fight. From what I was looking at, it was pretty even. I think they got it right because there's a lot of conspiracies that Hughes got robbed. I don't think Hughes got robbed. I think Nurmagomedov won the fight. I think if there was 30 seconds left, 40 seconds left, maybe a minute left, I think Hughes he could have knocked him out. He didn't. I think it was starting to look that way, but I think they got it right. Nurmagomedov had 4 takedowns. You know, Hughes had none. I think that was the tipping point. That's what tipped the scales for the judges to give it to Nurmagomedov. But I definitely want to see a rematch. I definitely want to see the rematch for this one. This one is crazy, and Habib and the whole Nurmagomedov team showed love to Hughes, and he showed love to them. Of respect on both sides. I thought it was real classy of both camps. And if you didn't watch this fight, go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. You're missing out. You're definitely missing out on. This is a fight that will turn people into fans. If you're not a fan already of mixed martial arts, this fight will turn you into a fan. Guaranteed. Now, next on the docket is the LFA 200. And that one was all right. I mean, I wouldn't rewatch this one at all. It was cool. The best fight of that night was the main event, which was Johns versus Douglas. And I think Johns was the favorite. And Douglas ended the fight with the second round TKO finish. He was just dropping bombs on Johns. So if you were to watch LFA 200, in my opinion, I would just catch the main event, which is Johns versus Douglas. That one was the best fight, in my opinion. But if I'm going to rewatch anything, it's going to be that Road to Dubai. And if you want to, the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, it was called like Knuckle Mania 5. I don't have any notes on that because I really wasn't expecting to watch that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be watching that more often. That definitely piqued my interest. I just got to see what I'm going to do because the subscription to watch it on the Danza Sport app is crazy expensive. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I like it that much yet. But again, sorry for the short episode. Like I said, I am a bit under the weather. I did just want to, get something out there today. So here's my episode. I'm probably going to I'll do a little more content later on in the week probably. If not, I'm positive I'm going to have a better episode for you guys next week. Because I'm going to be watching and taking notes on the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And we got a UFC event this Saturday. Adesanya versus Imavov. So definitely going to have some more stuff to talk about next week for sure. You guys be safe out there. I hope y'all have a beautiful week. And I'm out of here. I'm your boy DJ Aries the God. This is the Monday morning MMA report. Hosted to you, presented to you, brought to you by Official MMA Press. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe buttons, and comment. Follow, hit the link tree that's on the bottom of the episode, and let me voice your opinions, and I'll get back to y'all. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.